morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. All doing well. I am, so bear with me a little bit today. I got my second injection yesterday, so it actually did make me feel a little bit not so great, but I'm okay. Just my arm's really sore, so I might not be able to do everything, but that's fine. Work around that. But we're gonna start on our back, so just I can definitely do that. Just put down something if you like. And let's do a couple stretches here. Just take your time. Get comfortable. And once you're here, just arms away from the body. We're going to take a big breath into the belly. Close your eyes. Sink down into the mat and just release. 2 more big breaths into the belly. Sinking down more time, letting go of all your to-do lists and tasks, concerns. Just releasing that for a little while, and 1 more big breath. Release, let every muscle soften. And transition into those Ujjayi breaths. We're gonna breathe into the belly, expand. Fill up the belly to its full capacity. And then move up to the chest, the lungs, opening. Feel that again across the chest, just kind of opening, the heart opening. And then exhale onto that chest. Draw that navel in at the end of the breath. And start another round. Ujjayi, breathing Christmas tree shape, but fill into the belly. Filling out, up and out to the sides, even towards the mat. All 4 sides of the ribcage. Expand. And then moving up. Filling the chest. Breathing into the body all the way into the crown of the head. And then exhale. We'll just take 2 more. Just letting those Ujjayi breaths bring us a sense of peace and calm, presence in the moment. And the exhalation, soften your face, let the tongue be loose in your mouth. Last one. Opening the belly, the ribcage, the lungs, even more. And exhale, draw that navel in, and then transition back to nice deep belly breaths. Deep, even breaths. Take a mental scan of your body from the top of your head, down your face, your cheeks, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Just checking in with every body part. Are you holding tension somewhere? Some body part need more attention. And the arms, biceps, the triceps, the elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers. And down the back, down the sides of the body, the belly, the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings, quads, calves, muscles, ankles, feet, toes. Just taking your mind's eye to every part of the body. And keep your eyes closed, keep your face soft. And just kind of roll your head from ear to ear. Just going to soften through the neck. And go ahead. I'm going to bend the knees, bring that feet towards the edges of the mat. And we're going to rock those knees side to side. Roll out the lower back. Bring those arms out and further out towards the side. It's almost in a T or a cactus, even on your belly. Stretching out of your hips, fill your lower back. And pull those knees up to the chest. Lengthen down and up. Inhale, bring that nose up to the knees. Engage the core, release. And let that left foot go and just pull that knee down, right knee down and up. Go ahead and lengthen that leg. Just for a few breaths, we're pressing through that heel. Go ahead and point and flex that foot, right foot. And you can grab the hamstring or the leg, just stay like this. Grip that mat with the left foot. And a couple ankle rolls both directions. And I'll bring that knee to the ankle, press that knee away. Keep that lower back and pressed into the mat. Just letting that rib cage feel heavy. Gently just tucking that tailbone. And pressing this knee away, breathe into the hip. Release any tension on the exhalation. Breathe into the belly. And then release. I'm going to bring this knee in towards the armpit for a happy baby, but you can just grab here or here, whatever's available to you. Soften through that hip flexor. And release. Pull this knee in, lengthen this left leg, and we'll bring this knee at an angle. Taking your awareness to your hip, notice any muscles that are being stretched that you don't normally feel or aren't normally aware of. Breathe. It's really good for your hip flexors and your hips. And release. This foot coming down, bend this left foot, and then we'll bring this left knee down and up. Soften through the hip crease. Breathe. Lengthen that leg. Press to the heel, and then go ahead and point and flex. Grabbing here or here. Roll that ankle both directions. And then bring that knee down ankle down to the knee, pressing this knee away, heavy through this lower rib cage. Breathe into this hip area. You can gently even guide that knee away from the body. Breathe. Bring your hands to the belly. Make sure you're breathing nice, even breaths into the belly. And release. Go ahead and bring that foot into that half happy baby. Just bring that knee into that armpit. Or grab the outside of that foot. Right knee stays pointed to the ceiling, and then soften through that hip flexor. And release. And pull that knee in, lengthen this leg, and bring this knee across. Just feeling that, stretching that hip flexor and the outside of the hip. Breathe. And release. And let this foot come down. Knee comes up. And pull those knees up towards the chest, just up, and let them drop to the side. Just take a gentle twist. Pull those hips back. Let's adjust. Breathe, release into the twist. And bring those knees back up. We'll straighten the legs and bring those ankles over to the right side of the body. Scooch the shoulders over. We're going to take that banana shape on the mat. So we're crossing the ankles, reach those fingertips, breathe into that left side of the body. And release, and bringing back to the center. And pull those knees up. And let them drop to the other side of the body. Release. release. Come back to center. We're gonna lengthen those legs. Bring those ankles over to the side of the mat. Cross over your legs. Scoop those shoulders. Take that banana shape. Breathe into the right side of the body. And release. And stay towards the left side of the mat. We're just gonna roll right over onto our tummy. Bring your palms under your shoulders, nice and low. Palms underneath your shoulders. Bring those legs together. Chin down on the mat to rest. And then we're gonna tighten up everything and inhale, peel that chest up off the mat. That feels okay in your low back. Maybe come up a little further on the next inhalation. Few breaths, few easy breaths here, strengthening that back, but protecting the low back, keeping everything tight. Any discomfort occurs, just coming right back down. And release. Bring that cheek down to the backs of the hands, bend those knees, and just rock. And drop those legs. And come to Sphinx pose. Just bringing those arms out in front and working your elbows towards just as close to your body as you want to. So tightening everything in the legs. Gaze down, gaze forward. And release. And bring those palms, actually bring those palms together, yeah. Bend those knees, so let's shake out that low back one more time. And lower the legs, bring those hands underneath. I'm gonna press up. And come to tabletop position. Spread out the fingers, knees under the hips, and we'll inhale, take it belly down, pull those shoulders back. Exhale, round. Draw that navel in, chin to the chest. Inhale. Press that belly down, open the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale the cow, just taking a few more rounds of cat and cow, just warming up the spine, the low back, the shoulders. And come back to a neutral position. Just going to come into puppy, so bring those hips above the knees, walk those hands forward for shoulder stretch. Let that forehead come all the way down or just hover above. Press into the palms, feel that stretch through the shoulders. Breathe, reconnect with your breath. And gently come up and thread the needle, bring that right arm underneath the left. Let that left shoulder come down, let that soften. You can always take this arm and wrap it around. If you want that extra shoulder stretch, just stay here. Let that right shoulder melt into the mat. And bend this left arm. Press up. Reach forward, thread this arm underneath. And this left shoulder down. Let that shoulder melt and soften. Bring this arm around. Try to hook it. My arm's too sore, but just stay. Press that palm. Let that shoulder melt. Bring this right arm. Press up. And then from here, we're going to bring this left leg out. Just straighten the left leg, press into the outside of that left foot. So we're here, just walk those hands a little bit forward and just ease those hips back, kind of like downward facing dog. Should feel that stretch in the inner left thigh. You can spider crawl the fingers further forward, ease the hips a little further back. Forehead is hovering above the mat. And walk those hands back in. Just stay in this shape and then just bring this right hand over and reach up and over. Take a nice long side plank or side angle stretch. So that opening, creating space, that left side above the hip and the torso. Press into the top of that right foot. And then we're gonna bring this hand here. Really engage, pull this navel in before we lift up. Slide this hand down, reach up, and then reach over. Gate pose, pressing into the outside of that foot, into the top of the right foot still. And lifting up and over. And release, come up. Bring those knees together. We're gonna bring those thumbs into that little spot above the hips where they fit. Bring those elbows back. Press into the tops of the feet. We're gonna engage everything and just open up. If it feels okay on your low back, just opening up the heart. Maybe look all the way up to the ceiling. And release. And then from here, coming back to tabletop, and then we'll take that right leg straight out to the side. Press into that outside of the right foot, and then walk these hands forward. Ease those hips back. Where's your breath? Breathe into inner right thigh. Ease back more. Walk those fingers further forward. And walk those hands back in. We'll come directly into that side angle pose. So bringing this left hand over and reaching up and over with this right arm. Press into the top of that left foot, into the outside of that right foot. You can do that gaze up to the ceiling or just continue to gaze forward. And release, engaging everything in the core before lifting up. Slide this right hand down. Lift up with this left arm and then come over. Breathe. And release. Knees together. Come back down to tabletop. And tuck those toes. Spread those fingers, start to straighten the legs, and then walk the dog. Get anything out of the way. And just alternate those heels on the mat. And then press those heels either above or into the mat for a full pose, downward facing dog, ears by your biceps, strong arms. And walk those feet up to the top of the mat. Keep the knees bent if you need to. Let that top part of the body hang down. Grab opposite elbows, ragdoll, just letting everything soften. Letting the blood flow to the heart. Drop the hands. Pressing through all four corners of the feet, strong through the legs. With the nose towards the knees. And inhale, come to half lift, gaze forward. And we'll exhale, come back down, bring the nose back towards the knees. And then we'll grab our big toe with our peace finger and our thumb. Knees can be bent, and then pull those elbows out to the side, pull the nose towards the knees or the shins. Breathe. So legs can be straight, it can be just a tiny bit bent, even as bent as you need them to be. Just want to feel that opening, no pain in the lower back. Just a nice stretch. Let that head hang. And release. Inhale up, gaze forward. And we're going to exhale, come down, and this time we're going to stand on our palms. Kind of give them a massage. So probably you might want to definitely bend your knees for this one. And release. Inhale, slide those hands up again. Draw the navel in, look forward. And then we're going to go ahead and bend the knees. Let that left foot come down, back, strong in that low lunge. And letting that knee come down. Place this hand towards the edge of the mat. Inhale up, gentle twist. Exhale, come back down. And then we'll inhale up, engage the core, inhale up, reach up. Make sure that ankle is under the knee or further forward. Stay here, here, again here. Those hips fall forward. Guide this right hand, right crease back. And release. Straighten this center stretch. Toes up to the ceiling, soften through the back of the right knee. Breathe. And release. Those hips come forward. Hands inside, heel toe this foot to the edge. Come into a lizard pose. Soft foot hip flexor. Breathe. And then heel to that foot back to center. We're gonna tuck the back toes and then straighten that back leg. And then we're gonna really engage the core and lift up. And for crescent pose, with this front knee as close to a 90-degree angle as possible. This knee's tracking over that foot. Feet are hip width apart. You stay here, bring those arms up, pull those shoulders down. Lift to the hamstring. Breathe. And then we're gonna move to warrior two. So just, you can look down and see if that heel's in front of the arch of the back foot, and I'll just track that knee over that foot again. Reach through your fingertips. Bring this elbow down. Reach over. Strengthening, stretching those hip flexors, and then coming to humble warrior. And then straighten the top leg. Just bring the arms down, toes to the edge of the mat. Hands to the hips. And then we'll go ahead and fold forward. Bring those hands down. And heel toe those further apart. These hips over the ankles. Grab the ankles for a deeper stretch or just stay here. Press through the feet. We're splitting that mat apart. Suck up the kneecaps. And we're going to come up slowly, head up very last. Coming right back down if you feel any dizziness. Bring those toes out. Hands to heart center and lower those hips. We're strengthening those thighs. Stay here or you can alternate lifting those heels or same time. Keep those shoulders drawn away from the ears. Breathe. And release, straighten the legs. And then while we're up here, we're going to try tree pose. So we're going to plant this right foot, bring this left foot to the shin, the ankle, the thigh, whatever you feel like you can manage today. Hands to heart center, find your drishti, or just spot to gaze at. If you wobble, it's fine, just like a tree. Just find your balance again, draw that navel in. Fall out, just get right back out, just like bamboo. You can grow your tree. Pull the shoulders down and release. And then go ahead and plant that left foot. Those roots are coming down. Right foot to the shin, the ankle, the thigh. Sometimes one side will work and the other side does not cooperate. Pressing that foot just not into the knee, not into the joints. Find your spot. Spot to gaze at. Engage, or pulling that navel in, that will help the balance, and then grow your tree. And release. And drop the foot, come to the top of the mat. And then from here, we're going to step this right foot back, coming into a lunge. Lift, strong legs, let this knee come down. Then engaging your core. Lift from here. Bring those arms up for like a mini crescent pose. Take the thumb, pull this hip crease back. Scooch this foot forward for a deeper stretch. And breathe back to your breath. And release, start to straighten that front leg. Come into a runner stretch, toes up. Breathe. Soften through the back of that left leg. Nose towards the shin. And let those hips fall forward. Heel toe this out to lizard. We take this at an angle. Take that knee out. Soften that hip flexor. Breathe into those tight areas. You can always come down further if you like on your elbows. Stay here. And just a few more breaths here. And heel to that foot back to center. To tuck those back toes, and we're going to come up to a low lunge. And then from here, engaging the core, lifting, coming to a crescent, so lifting to that back hamstring. This front knee's working towards a 90-degree angle. Doesn't have to be perfect 90-degree angle. Watch your balance, pull that navel in. And then you stay here, reach up here. And then we're going to move into warrior two. That heel is in front of that back arch. Reach those fingertips. Bring this elbow down. We're going to reach over, gaze up. And then coming up, humble warrior. Slide that hand down, arm up. And then go ahead and just windmill those hands down. Come back to a lunge. Bring that back knee down. And from here, come up. Those knees together. And you can grab something to sit on. Going to come into Baddha Konasana. There's always a cameo by Chatter. Hands softly to the knees. And then bring those feet together, soles of the feet together. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, just sit down. And lift to that, lift to the sternum. Bring the nose forward, lengthen to the back of the neck. And try not to encourage this, but just he does love Shavasana. So we're pressing those knees away from the body. Soften through those hip flexors. And release. We're going to straighten this left leg. You always take a a yoga strap if you want something like that. And then we'll turn towards that length of the leg and just slide forward, bring that nose down towards the shin. Nice long spine, lengthen to the back of the neck. Draw that navel in, bring that nose closer to the shin. And a few more easy breaths. Pressing to that heel, sucking up that kneecap, so engaging all the muscles in the legs. And release. Go ahead and switch legs. Turn toward that right leg, pressing down through this knee, pressing through the heel, sucking up the kneecap. Slide the hands down, nose comes towards the knee, towards the shin. Lengthen through the back of the neck. A nice long spine. Just not too much hunching. And release. Come up and straighten both the legs. Scoot those hips forward if you like, or just come to where you're comfortable, whatever's available to you. And then bring those hands out in front, press to those heels, put those hands forward, lengthen through the back of the neck. Always walk further forward. Just you want to maintain a nice long spine. So whatever's available to you. You're working, engaging those muscles in the legs. Breathing. And release. Bring those legs together. We're going to bend this right knee, bring this right hand behind. Got a fist between the foot and the leg. Inhale up this left arm and bring this elbow to the outside of the knee. Take that gaze towards the back of the mat. We're lifting. Exhale. Twist. Getting everything moving. Digestion, massaging the organs. Inhale, lengthen, lift to that crown. Exhale. Gaze goes just a tiny further back. And release, slowly unwind. We'll switch legs. Bring this left hand back. Inhale, this right arm. Bring this elbow to the outside of the knee and then take that gaze back. Lift through the crown, lift through the sternum. Exhale, nose goes further towards the back of the room. And release, unwind. Bend these knees. We can come bounce on the sit bones. And we're going to come to a boat pose. Open that chest. Grab here, reach forward, and then you know if you're the kind of person that likes to straighten those legs and has a really strong core. Breathe, let that breath carry you through. And release. Come down. Lift the sternum. And we're gonna roll back to the sit bones and take boat just one more time. We're gonna pour some extra work today. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. And release. And then we're going to keep those knees bent, and we're going to reach forward as we roll back. So if you want to put something down, go ahead. And start reaching forward with the arms, and then rolling back. Just vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly, slowly reach. Disengage. Challenge every muscle in the belly and the torso as we come down. It's okay, start to shake a little bit. Breathe. And then release. Keep those knees bent. Bring those arms down by the side. On the inhalation, we're going to press those hips up to the ceiling. Modified bridge pose. Press of the arms, tightening, waking up everything in the back side of the body. Press all four corners of the feet. With every inhalation, those hip points come closer to the ceiling. Just challenging those glutes, arms, hamstrings. And release down. Go ahead and rock those knees side to side. Work those feet towards the edges of the mat. And pull those knees into the chest. Bring those arms to a T and just drop those knees. Taking that gentle spinal twist, so just find your spot that allows you to release into that twist. So those muscles around the spine just soften, stretch. Gaze up or opposite direction. Breathe. Come back to the breath. And release. Bring those legs up. Pull those in. And just drop them to the other side of the body. Arms in a T or cactus. Try and keep both shoulders on the mat. Release to that twist. And release, come back up. We're gonna bring this right ankle to that left knee. Press this away, stay here or grab the back of that left hamstring and press that right knee away from the body. Really making sure that hip is stretched out and loosened today. Breathe into any tight spots for releasing on the exhalation. And release, switch legs, ankle on the knees, flex that foot, stay here, grab the back of that right hamstring, flexing that right foot, breathe into that left hip. Soften your gaze to the ceiling, soften the muscles in your face. Just a few more easy breaths, releasing just a little more. And release down. And then just lengthening out your body, come Shavasana. Just getting comfortable. Open those palms up to the ceiling. You can always take the soles of the feet to the floor. Probably know how you'd like to take it, or how you like to lay to relax. Deep breath into the belly. And exhale, let the eyes gently close, sink into the mat. Start to follow the breath. Breathe in relaxation. On the exhalation, you're just letting go. Letting everything relax and surrender into the mat. Muscles in the face release, the cheeks, the jaw. Muscles around the eyes. Tongue is loose. And those shoulders melt and soften. Down the arms, biceps, triceps, forearms, palms, fingers all widen and soften. The backs, the hips, hamstrings, quads, all release. Calf muscles widen and melt. The ankles, the feet, the toes. Everything just releases. Just continue to follow the breath. Breathing in relaxation. The exhalation, just releasing, surrendering, softening. Just down into the mat, down into the pose. And slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Bend your knees. Just roll over onto the right side of our body. For present ourselves up gently to a seated position. And the hands to heart center. On the inhalation, just gently open the eyes. Blink. Namaste. So thank you everyone for joining me and bearing with me since I wasn't feeling so hot for my second shot, which is a double-blind trial, which means it could be placebo, and I just don't feel good because of my head. But anyways, I'm going to add some more videos to YouTube today, and then I'm going to send out a schedule for May. So you'll have a good idea. Try to keep it close to normal schedules as much as possible. And yeah, that's if you have any questions, concerns, be in touch. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.